Hello and welcome back to RJ0. Also, happy International Guitar Month. What better time for me to talk about my guitars than International Guitar Month? I've had a lot of guitars over the past 30-40 years, from my first no-brand guitar to the Les Paul copy I purchased. And then, of course, moving years later to that Peavey Predator, which was a Strat copy, to my Shredder, the RG570, the Ibanez guitar, and then moving to my first Gibson Les Paul. In between, my first Gibson Les Paul and the guitars I have now, I had a lot. I tried some Gretsch guitars, the Super Strats, EVH guitars, Kramer, Charvel, but I didn't really use the Whammy or the Floyd Rose that much, so I went back to Les Pauls. I like the way they look, I like the way they sound, I like the way they feel and play. They're just great guitars, they really are. And then you're probably wondering, why do I have so many? Besides them being different colors. Each one of them is a little bit different. This one right here, this has a thicker neck. It's got a 59 neck. It's also got Gibson Burstbucker pickups in it. My Epiphone 60s has the slim taper C neck. Very, very comfortable. It's a really, really comfortable neck for me to play on. I like the 59 neck. It's a little bit bigger. The biggest that I like. I don't like necks. Medium C-shaped neck, that's what a 59 has, medium C, but it's on the small side of a medium C neck. 58s are like on the big side of a medium C neck, and the 58s, the necks are just a little bit too big for me to play, just for me to be comfortable playing it. My hands just don't feel that good on them. So I like to practice on this one. The neck's a little bit bigger, so it gives my hands, my fingers, a little bit more of a workout. And after a few minutes of playing it, I really don't notice that it's that much bigger, except when I get into some parts and some stretches. I can feel it a little bit. But then when I'm done playing on that, and I move to one of my other guitars that have slim taper necks, it just feels that much easier to play. If any of you are starting out on guitar and everything, the Epiphone, this one here is the Lazarus. That's no different than any of the Epiphone 59 standards are selling right now, except this one has a one-piece mahogany neck. Other than that, and of course the color. Other than that, it's no different. Obviously, every single one of these guitars, a 59 neck or a 60s neck, model, they're going to be slightly different than one another because, the final sanding of the neck and everything. But they're going to be close. The Epiphones sound really, really good. They feel really, really good. They play really, really good. I don't really notice that much of a difference between them and my Gibson Les Pauls. But they do sound a little different. This one, those Burstbuckers, it's got a Burstbucker 2 in the neck and a Burstbucker 3 in the bridge, and it just sounds a little bit warmer, a little bit more clarity, and a little bit smoother than the ProBuckers, the Epiphone ProBucker pickups. The Epiphone ProBucker pickups sound very, very close, but when you get the volume turned up a little bit and everything, you can really hear the difference in clarity and warmth. The ProBuckers are just a little bit brighter. But they're still great pickups. You just gotta adjust the pickup height. Move your pickups down a little bit so they're not too close to the strings. You don't want it to sound muddy, or mushy, so you lower the pickup a little bit and everything to get that clarity you're looking for. And then just back down on the tone knob a little bit, to take out some of that brightness on your guitar. And they sound great. So a lot less expensive. Now, this being International Guitar Month, I went to Guitar Center, not looking to buy a new guitar, right at the beginning of the month. I just went there to compare neck sizes and the Gibson guitars between the Les Paul Standard 60s and the Les Paul Classic. And after playing back and forth on those necks for a few minutes, I saw this nice, I thought it was a brand new guitar, but it was a 2014 Les Paul Signature Les Paul. And I picked it up and I tried it. I took it in the back room and I jammed on it for a bit and everything. And the neck felt great. The price was only $14.99. It sounded great, and it looked like a brand new guitar. So I decided to go ahead and buy it. I do believe the finish, which is why Gibson guitars cost a little bit more, is they have a nitro finish. That nitro finish on the guitar helps the guitar breathe a little bit better. It helps that the body of your guitar, it kind of makes that tone maybe a little bit warmer, a little bit smoother, because you want that Gibson Les Paul sound that you're looking for. And a lot of those older Gibson Les Pauls, they have this nice, really, really nice tone to them. The nitro also soaks in over the years and helps it breathe even more. So you get even a better, warmer harmonic tone, out of those older, vintage Les Pauls. So this one's a 2014. It's already 8 years older. It's 8 years old. So, but the main thing is the way it felt and the way it played. It's a great guitar. So I'll pull that out real quick here. Let's see. So yeah. So this is it. It's even got a little bit of like a custom, has 5-ply binding. This has a little bit kind of like a custom binding. It's just got 1-ply though, or should I say 2-ply, right? A little bit thicker binding. But this guitar, the frets are cryogenic frets. They're cryogenically treated to last a long time. But this guitar must have been a closet queen because it hasn't been played much. And it's a great, feeling sounding guitar. This one has 57 classic pickups in it. And I think the ProBuckers that are in the Epiphones, I think it sounds closer to 57 classics than it does Burstbucker pickups. Because this one, sounds very, very close to the 60s. The Epiphone Les Paul 60s. So, but each of these are a little bit different. This neck is just a little tiny bit bigger than the Epiphone Les Paul 60s, and then of course this one here is a 59 neck. It's bigger. It's a medium C neck. That is my Gibson Les Paul Studio High Performance. That has really, really high output pickups. It's got 490R in the neck and a 498T Plus in the bridge. So that's a really, really hot pickup, for playing metal or something, hard rock. It's got a titanium nut for you to adjust the nut, so that way it's the right height for you for your playing. So, I mean, if any of you are looking to pick up a new guitar for yourself, to something good, something for practicing, the 59s. Epiphone 59 standards are great. They come with Burstbucker pickups, which sound fantastic. But I suggest, even if you get a new Gibson guitar, I suggest you take it and get it professionally set up. You want to get the frets leveled, so they're all, so you don't get any fret buzz, on any of the strings you play. Have them adjust the nut, so that way the string height between the first fret and the string, when you go to push it down, if it's got a bigger gap, especially when you're first learning to play and you push down harder, then it kind of brings it out of tune a little bit, brings it a little bit sharp, so it sounds like it's out of tune when it's really not. But if your nut's adjusted properly, it'll take care of that for you. I've been playing for a long time and I'm still a little bit heavy fingered sometimes, and push down a little bit harder. But for the most part, it's great. I love my Les Pauls. I've got 3 now that are just fantastic. Between the new one I just picked up, the Epiphone Les Paul Standard 60s, and then the Lazarus. I had both those professionally set up. The new Gibson I got, I'm not sure on that one yet. It's actually already set up really, really well. I had to adjust it a little bit after I bought it. But they're all great playing guitars. They sound great, they play great. They make me happy playing them, so that's all that really matters, I think. So, but again, happy International Guitar Month, and I look forward to talking to you again.